mother! Tie her up! Shut up! Get the other one!
Hello everyone, and welcome to John Woo's Stranglehold on the Xbox 360. I am One Wild Sheep yet again, and oh my god, this is an absolutely amazing game. I love this game through and through. This came out back in 2007, and I remember when this game was first being released, I was extremely hyped up for it. It was so... like, it had brilliant world environments, as in destruction. The world would just be demolished when you play through the game. And this game actually serves as a sequel to one of my favourite action movies of all time, Hard Boiled, which is a movie that was directed by John Woo. And if any of you haven't seen that movie, go out and watch it. It's like the most ridiculously over-the-top action film you'll ever see. It's pure genius. Now, you don't need to know anything about that film to get into this game, however. It just has the same main character, so that's the main thing. So without any further ado, let's begin Stranglehold! Yay!
Curious about your missing cop? Send one man to Kowloon Square. Find the Golden Rabbit. One man, 1 hour.
One man? It's a trap, Captain.
I walk in there, my cover's blown.
And there'll be 2 missing cops.
Relax, everybody. This guy doesn't give us orders. I'm not sending in one man. I'm sending in a whole SWAT team.
No, you are not.
You're not giving orders either, Tequila.
We got a missing cop. And only one lead. You stand in the SWAT. The lead dies or disappears.
One guy'd be crazy to go in there.
You used to be that crazy guy, Jerry. What happened? If I was that missing cop, I hope one of us would want to go. Don't send anyone, Captain. They just get in my way.
Tequila, don't. It's a setup.
I hope so. I hate to think they were wasting our time.
Tequila, get back here!
Yeah, how convenient, we got our guns. So yeah, this is basically a third-person shooter, folks. We have to run around, we need to shoot people, and if we push this LT button, we can actually go and dive, and this activates Matrix Slow Motion Bullet Time mode. And I don't know how true this is, but I hear that, like, John Woo's major calling card is slow motion and doves. You'll see a lot of doves in this game, folks, and doves make everything more epic, you know? But, yeah, whenever you see enemies and they're underneath some sort of glowy thingy, be sure to destroy the glowy thingy, and you'll gain extra style points. Now, style points will appear on the left-hand side of the screen, and the more style points you basically get for killing people, the more your, like, energy bar, which is the orange bar underneath your health, will refill. Of course, destroying environments, you get a better style. You know, you get more style if you destroy the environment to kill an enemy. You get more style if you do things like jump on rails, because loads of things are going to be shiny and glowy in this game, ladies and gentlemen. When you see a glowy rail or something, push the LT button and you'll be able to simply jump on a rail and progress on up. It's such a good time, you know? Well, we are playing as Inspector Tequila, the main protagonist of the original hard-boiled movie, and he's a good character. I like Tequila. He's a very smart-mouth, everyday cop, you know. He's a typical 90s action hero, because almost everyone in 90s action movies were cops and something like that, you know. Now, one good thing about this game is everything is pretty much... You can interact with the environment in so many ways in this game. For example, you could just jump on that little rolling cart and just use that as an item to help you kill enemies. Whenever you are interacting with the environment as well, the game will automatically go into slow-mo mode. which makes it a lot easier for you to kill enemies and get headshots, you know? Actually, it kind of reminds me of John Wick, because that's a film I just recently seen, and the guy takes no prisoners. He just runs around and he kills everybody. It's like watching a video game, in all honesty. It's a good film. But you can manually also turn on and off the slow motion mode by pressing RB. Basically, every time you go into a dive or do a special action, it'll automatically turn on. But RB will allow you to manually activate and deactivate the slow motion mode, allowing you to get simpler aim. Those little paper cranes, well, basically they fill up your special gauge, which is at the bottom left of the screen. The more special gauge you have, the more potential moves you'll have to use. Now, we only have the ability to heal right now, but later on we're going to get quite a few more extras. Okay, it's time to kill more goons, yay! Now this game, one thing I will talk about later on mainly, is that it can get very repetitive. I'm gonna be completely honest, there's a lot of the same old action going on, but the game does get a lot more difficult, and it is really action-packed. This is like one of the most action-packed games out there, so if you don't mind too much of a repetitive gameplay, this game is definitely right up your alley, I'll be perfectly honest. It's definitely up mine, and it's just a good time, you know. But yeah, this game will get more and more absurd as time goes on in terms of cinematics and in terms of reasons why you have to fight. Like I said, this is like a 90s action movie, and it's gonna take things are gonna get ridiculous, you know. Like later on, I'm gonna have people flying into buildings in speedboats. Gonna have explosions, and it's such a good time, you know. But yeah, one of our cop buddies is dead. Oh no. Now, if you press, I think it was RB. I can't actually remember what button it was. I think it's RB. No, not RB, LB. Well, if you press A button anyway, it came up on screen earlier. I'm now entirely can't remember what button exactly it was. You can actually go behind cover, which is a very, very wise thing to do when you're getting surrounded by tons of enemies like this, because, well, cover blocks your bullets, and cover in this game doesn't last forever. I mean, either the cover is not the most useful thing in the world because it's too low or something, and the enemies will keep clipping you in the head with the bullets, or the cover will eventually break apart. It's not as useful as it is in other games, but I think they made the cover work like this on purpose, just to make sure, you know, just to keep things going on. Now, like I said, this game is exceptionally difficult. Like, I almost died there just because I made one mistake. You know, folks, when you know what you're doing, though, you can pretty much get through this game without many deaths. And I think, like, this entire playthrough, you're gonna see a grand total of like 1 death, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, it's gonna be good. Well, only because I edited out most of the deaths, but that's beside the point. Now, shotgun. We now got hold of the shotgun weapon. When you have an alternate weapon to use, you can actually press the A button, which will allow you to switch between your well, whatever two weapons you have currently at the time. The shotgun is one of the most useful weapons in the game because it shoots on a spread, it does massive damage, and it just demolishes enemies. Ooh. In fact, the shotgun is quite useful when we get a certain power up later on in the game, but I don't want to spoil that too much now, do I? Now it's time for an alternate gameplay mechanic. We are now in a standoff, ladies and gentlemen, and Jesus Christ. Now basically what happens is you have to dodge bullets the enemies are shooting at you. When you dodge a bullet, shoots the explosive canister or the enemies, and they will die, you know? You get quite a few of these throughout the game, and they're neat. They never outstay their welcome, you know. It's pretty fun. I love the standoffs, you know. It's such a good time. Now, one thing you'll notice as well, typical to most 90s and 80s action movies, is that, well, you don't actually have to reload your guns in this one, folks. When you basically have infinite ammo. When you run out of ammo, that's it. You know, and honestly, in most cases, a lot of people I can imagine complaining about this, because people tend to complain when the game's not ultra realistic. I don't mind it. I like the game being as absurd as possible, because the movie it's based off is insanely absurd, you know. I don't think you ever see anyone reload their guns in the original movie of Hardboiled. Actually, now I think about it, like a normal Glock that holds like 8 bullets in that film holds like 200, so this is actually pretty damn accurate to the movie, I'll be honest. But anyway, be sure to make use of pillars at this point in the game, because you don't have many tequila bombs, as the special abilities are called, so we don't have many ways in order to simply push. You know, we haven't got any ways to push back enemy forces for the time being. All we got is the extra healing ability, which we can use. Like I said, those stylish points will actually gain you more NG meters, so you'll actually be able to use it. Oh my god! In a way I feel sorry for 'em. In a way I laugh at their misfortune. But yeah, this kind of reminds you of the Matrix games, doesn't it? I remember this Matrix game I used to have on the PS2, and this game runs kind of it has a kind of similar style. The only difference is this game took out the combat, you know, QTQ, close quarters, and replaced it purely with gunplay, which I'm not too fussed about, because I always had issues in the close quarters combat in the Matrix games. I was never good at them. I was always good at the shooty shoots. Actually, in the Matrix game, I wasn't really good at the shooty shoots, because the shooty shoot sections were basically lock on to enemy. Enemy dies! But that's beside the point. Anyway, this game is, I believe this game is developed by Midway, who I don't know if they're still in business anymore. I heard they got bankrupt, which is really depressing, because I heard they were actually making a sequel that I would have loved to cover for the channel, but damn, I guess. Anyway, we got our first super special sexy move, the precision aim. Basically, you press the D-pad up, and we'll have the ability to aim at goons and watch them die. I didn't shoot him because the sign will take care of him, I think. But yeah, you can just aim at goons, and who says you need a sniper rifle? I know I don't. They get a unique animation depending on where you're about to actually shoot them in their body. For example, the dreaded dick shot. Ooh, I kind of feel sorry for him. Actually, no, I'm a cop. I don't need to feel sorry for him. I'm doing my job. It's these guys that are being criminals. Seriously, how are there so many criminals trying to stop me anyway? I didn't think... One guy, so we need to send our entire team to kill him. Okay, cool. Granted, their entire team to kill me isn't enough, but still, the logic doesn't really make much sense here, you know? But anyway, when we get through the game, we're going to see things getting destroyed a hell of a lot more. Like, right now, all the destruction you're seeing in this game, this is bare minimum. This is the absolute bare minimum we're going to see. Now, by here is a golden pistol. These golden pistols basically are super guns. Your normal pistols you start off with have like half the damage of the golden ones, so the golden pistols can be used to take out enemies in literally one shot. With the exception of bosses, you know.
Who killed the cop? Go to Tai-O and ask an I-9. But be quick. There won't be any left after tomorrow.
Thank you for the advice. Now it's time to kill you all. Now don't worry, these sections don't become this... They don't show up this often, you know, guys. Every now and then you're going to see a section like this, but not all the time. And of course they are going to get a lot faster, so... The difficulty will increase. They're not all this easy. And also, the further you go through each one, the difficulty will increase, the speed will them will... The enemies will basically shoot a lot quicker, you know? I don't know if the bullets go any faster, but I know that people shoot quicker, which makes it a bit more annoying to dodge, but... That's beside the point. Oh, I see you, so you want to die. Bye-bye. I love the shotgun spread there, because the shotgun spread basically went around his body, but not a single bullet hit him. Video games.
It's Lee. Jerry's got info on a deal going down at the tea house.
Golden Cane run that place.
Which is why I want you to wait until I can send backup.
Sorry, Captain. I just got a personal invitation.
Tequila!
You know that guy that just shot the gun? He actually looks very similar to one of my IRL friends. I don't know, he just looks exactly the same, I don't know. But basically this is the last stretch of the stage, folks. This is the shortest stage in the game, without a doubt. Each stage will probably, well, I say without a doubt, there are stages that I get done quicker, so one of the shortest. Because one of the big things about this game is the stages do take a long time. This is a very short game in terms of, like, it'll probably take you about 7 or so hours to complete. However, it's a very... Well, yeah, he just died in the most dramatic way possible. It's a very... There's not many missions, you know? There's all the game time is the length of the missions, because these missions can go on for about half hour to an hour each, depending. Now this, like I said, this is the first mission. It's the shortest in the game. We're gonna get this done in this video, which actually this video is half an hour long. So yeah, that's actually a good point to make. Jesus. But yeah, I never understood the people complaining about games that are too short. I mean, if there's a reasonable length, like well, not even 4 hours. If a game's good, the length shouldn't matter in my opinion, because honestly, this game is short, but it's refined. The gameplay is amazing, and it's one of those games where you're going to want to try and replay, because it has a ranking system at the end of each stage. The more you replay, the more destruction you can get, the better your overall score, you know? Seriously, I never understood the complaint with games are too short, because a lot of major game critics actually came about and said that game's fun, too short. And I'm glad it's pretty short. I'm glad it's around 7 hours, because most games I lose interest on after the 5th hour. But that's just me.
Tequila?
The way I like it.
You're the only one who does. How come he's still not dead? We ran out of shooters. Why don't you go down and try? Young wants me at the Mega. The Imperial 9 deal is going down right now at the center table. Keep Tequila on that bar stool.
You got the passports?
Too light. You're short.
Wang agreed to the amount. Now, do you have the passports or not?
I don't give a damn what Wang agreed to. This is an I-9 deal.
We got heat at the bar.
You brought a cop to our deal?
Ooh, delicious. Now it's time for the final part of the first mission of the game. Now this is basically a giant arena shootout. We got tons of people shooting us, and this is where we're about to see the game's destruction mechanics really take full form. Now, like I said, one of the big things this game was being developed to do was to destroy the world. The world had to be completely destructible, which, honestly, I love it. Now, I believe in order to do this, what they did was they got the Unreal Engine, because this is what the game's running on. It's running on Unreal 3, and they basically modified it to all hell. And I know the Unreal Engine supports world destruction naturally, so I don't understand why they modified it. I think it's probably because the sheer amount of stuff they wanted to pull off wasn't, I don't know, maybe the engine didn't like it, I don't know. All I know is it's running on a heavily modified version of Unreal 3. So there's that. Now, for this, all I can recommend is just diving everywhere, going behind covers, and that's all she wrote. When you kill a certain amount of enemies, the boss will actually arrive, and yes, folks, this is a video gamey game. You have boss fights, you have big bad goons with health bars to take care of. As unrealistic as that seems in a game where you're running around shooting people and it's based off a movie, but that's beside the point, you know? Well, loosely based off a movie. It hasn't got the same plot of the movie or anything. And like I say, you don't need to know the plot of the first movie to enjoy this game. I mean, Tequila. The only real thing that's the same is Tequila. It's just the same character. That's it. And even then, you can probably go up without knowing that, because the movie this is based off is entirely Chinese. They never released it in English. You know, there's English subtitles, but they never released, like, they never dubbed it into English or anything like that. Like all the Jackie Chan films, they dubbed into English, which, I'm gonna be honest, the Jackie Chan movies that I've seen where they dubbed his voice in English really doesn't fit, and it's only because they got someone else to do Jackie Chan's voice, and oh my god, it decimated him. And, I don't know, Jackie Chan is just, I always consider him to have a very memorable voice, you know? So when I hear someone else coming out of Jackie Chan's mouth, it just sounds really weird. But here we are, folks, it's time for the boss fight, and he has an RPG! He has an RPG! Now, there's a couple of ways you can take him on. You can either wait for him to shoot an RPG, and hopefully you're quick enough to actually blow it up in his face. Shoot him with a shotgun, I recommend a shotgun. And stand behind pillars. If you stand behind pillars, the RPG will take down the pillar in literally a single shot. And just keep plowing him with bullets, is all I can really say. You can also use your precision aim blast, because that does a massive amount of damage, you know? And he's done and dusted. Yay.
I told you not to go in alone.
I didn't. Brought my two friends. This is what our need wanted us to find. Bullet between the eyes. That's a signature hit. The iron eyes are the dragon claw's muscle. Wong's got the iron eyes hitting cops and dealing passports to Golden Cane. Except the deal went bad.
Someone's trying to start a war.
We better stop him. I'm heading down to Dio. I'm going to shake some cages and see what falls out.
Like hell you will. Taio's not your turf, and you know it. That's an ongoing narcotics probe. We have it under control.
Drug gangs, turf wars, and a dead cop. And you call that under control?
Watch your step, Tequila. You go out of bounds, you'll lose your badge.
I got a feeling losing a badge wouldn't make much of a difference, but that's it for this part. We've beat the first levels. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all stick with this LP, folks, because this is a game I honestly do love, and I do want to show off. It's just a fantastic time. And, yeah. So thanks for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't be sheepish, people. I'll catch you all next time when we continue onwards and actually go through one of the more tedious missions of the game when, well, your first time playing through anyway. So thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye!